Okay, hey again. All right, so this is what it looks like now. It's still pretty chunky. I realized it would probably be much easier to smash it, just put the beans in first. So if you make this, just put the beans in first and smash them and then mix everything else in. So it calls also for 1 egg. So there goes my egg in. And I'm going to stir that around. That's going to make it hold together. And it said half a cup of chopped cilantro. I might have a little bit more than that in there. It really helps to measure. But I was just excited about doing this. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. So this will basically hold together. It'll be a little bit more vegetable-y than the original recipe. But it'll hold together. And then I'm going to get my pan, which is my big, I'm going to use my biggest cast iron pan. And because I always just stow them, or since I always keep them on top of the stove, I always wash them, rinse them out right before I use them. They have a really good season on them. And then I'm going to take some coconut oil and put it in there. Well, I'm going to dry it with the heat first. You want to dry it with the heat a little bit. And then I'm going to put the coconut oil in. Okay, and then I'm going to start putting these bad boys in. So I'm gonna form it in my hand. Now this is what happens here when I cook. See how pretty and round these are, right? Those are beautiful, right? And it says, preheat the air fryer to 400 degrees in a bowl. Combine the first 6 ingredients. Refrigerate until serving. So what happens is, I know you don't have an air fryer yet. So I'm not going to make them in the air fryer, because what would that be for you? I'm going to make them rounder and flatter, and I'm going to put them in the thing. So if I was making it for myself, I might put it in the air fryer, but I'm just going to make them in the frying pan like little patties. So, because I know you don't have an air fryer. There's Kelly being the star of my YouTube channel. So they're gonna, it's gonna be, so what happens is, I love to follow recipes, but they're also like suggestions. Like, you might not have all the spices that go in someone, then you have to think, what is the strongest spice in that recipe? Cumin is going to be super important in this recipe. So if you had nothing else, but if you had no cumin, I probably wouldn't make this recipe, because cumin is going to be like your kind of your star spice. Okay, so I'm going to put these in, and she says leave them in the air fryer for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna put my little timer on for like 3 minutes each side. I'm not gonna put them on super high, because I don't want them to burn. So it's kind of a medium-y kind of thing. So, all right. So let me give you a headache here. Don't drop my phone in the. See it there? I don't know how to aim it exactly, but there they are. So they're going to be cooking in there. So in the meantime, I'm using my little counter here. Okay. In the meantime, this comes with a yummy sauce. So let me tell you what's in the sauce. And like I said, I'll scan this into my computer and email it to you so you have it. I'm going to put this a little lower and start my timer for 3 minutes, because I want it to cook through. Okay, so now the sauce is going to be, it's going to be 1 cup plain yogurt. Well, I don't have plain yogurt, first of all. But again, that's a thing that you could do, I used 1 cup of sour cream. It's kind of similar. It's going to change the flavor somewhat, but it's still a white creamy dairy thing. So 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I have some coconut sugar that I got on the clearance rack at Sprouts. So that's what I use, 2 tablespoons, and 1 tablespoon of honey. So this honey is like $83 a jar. You don't have to buy this honey. Just get like a honey that looks kind of natural out of your grocery store. Okay, and then it's like 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon pepper, again with my black pepper in the reusable jar there, and 1/2 teaspoon crushed red pepper flakes. So, well, I am cooking for Kelly, and I thought 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes in this kind of an amount of stuff is going to be a lot for him, so I made 1/4 teaspoon. I made 1/4 teaspoon. So then I put everything in, and so this little spatula thing, like I got out of the dollar store, I love this thing for getting like honey out of, like, so to get the sour cream out of the measuring cup, I have a little set of metal measuring cups. I use this to scrape the honey out of the tablespoon, because you don't want to waste stuff, so you want to make sure you get everything out. So this tiny little spatula is like I love this thing. So then I've stirred it all together. It has kind of a brown color. Here's what it looks like. I think because of the coconut sugar, I've used regular white sugar, and her recipe calls for regular white sugar. I just use what I have, because it's gonna work out. Like, it's gonna work out. It may not be perfect, but it's gonna work out. So my little patties have been in here for 3 minutes now. I'm gonna make it more medium, and then I'm gonna turn them over so that they can cook on the other side. Now, I know that this would be probably better in the air fryer. It would have a crispier kind of, and not greasy on the outside, but it's coconut oil, so it's not going to hurt you. And it's going to be a yummy little patty. And it's full of, cilantro, so it's got nice vegetables. Okay, I turned them over, and I'm going to set my timer for 3 more minutes and let them cook. Now, air fryer cooks much faster. So when she says 5 to 6 minutes in the air fryer, I'm thinking I might have to let these go a tiny bit longer in real life. So anyway, that is. And do you like my glasses? One thing poked out because I had my cataract surgery today. All right, so that's it. So now we're going to wait for those to fry, and then it's not going to look like this perfect, but it's going to be a yummy dinner. And you can make this. It's not that hard, and I'll send you the recipe. All right,